Good evening, one and all. Welcome to Leaders Connect 360 episode LC 101. Leaders Connect 360 is CSR initiative by Visa Training and organized by the Mass Leadership. My name is Yugandhar, currently working in Everest IMS Technologies as Associate Manager HR. Leaders Connect 360 is started with a specific objective of inviting 1,000 plus leaders and create a million leaders. A hybrid model leadership community where every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. we learn from top manager leaders on Zoom Live, and once in 3 months in each city we will have an offline networking meet to network, support and grow with the leaders. That's when we call as leaders create more leaders. Currently all are muted, and we'll be giving an opportunity to speak to our guest, Mr. Sanjay, CHRO and Senior VP Business Development at Mahindra First Choice Wheels Limited. But before that, let me also share that we are currently live on LinkedIn, and this episode LC 101 is being recorded. For the visitors who are joining the first time, you may also click on the WhatsApp, Facebook and LinkedIn link on the chat box to get updates on weekly basis and join us in creating more leaders. Also, we request all our members, visitors to turn on your videos, which helps in making the episode highly interactive. So, are we all ready to interact with our guest, Mr. Sanjay, CHRO and Senior VP Business Development at Mahindra First Choice Wheels Limited on the topic Unleashing Human Potential? Then please type yes in the chat box. That's great. Yeah. So thank you. Before the introduction of the guest, let me also take the privilege to introduce founder of the Leaders Connect 360, Mr. Prakash Sharma, who will have interaction with our guest along with the panel discussion leader, Ms. Uma Parameshwari.
Great. Thank you very much, Yugandhar. Yes, thank you very much, Yugandhar. It's nice and it's really been great welcome, and welcome Mr. Sanjay. Thanks very much for taking your time to come over here with us for this episode LC 101. It's nice meeting you. Hi sir, I believe you're able to unmute yourself, Mr. Sanjay.
Yes, I can.
Oh yeah, great. Welcome, sir.
Pleasure.
So all the members and visitors, yes, in fact, Mr. Sanjay was in fact introduced to me through LinkedIn and with a request, and then it's really been honored that Sanjay has accepted our request and he's joined us here as a guest of honor for our platform Leaders Connect 360. And so as usual, we all do with a video introduction of our leaders. And I also welcome our author of the week, Ms. Ayushi Rawat. Welcome, Ayushi. Thank you very much. Yeah, maybe I believe you're able to unmute yourself and then you can just say hi.
Hello, everybody. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you very much, Ayushi. That's nice. And we also have our panel discussion leader, Ms. Uma Parameshwari. Great. All have been here with us. And let's have a quick welcome video, an introduction video about our guest of honor. Mr. Sanjay, that's a part of our actual practice that all the guest of honors, we introduce them through this video introduction. So let's have this video introduction, and then from there we start out with our panel discussion leader on the specific topic, Unleashing Human Potential. So yes, Arul, over to you for a quick video introduction of Mr. Sanjay Jha. thank you very much, Arul, for the awesome video. That's really been great. And welcome, Mr. Sanjay Jha. Welcome, Ayushi and Parameshwari.
I am feeling truly
Thank you.
humbled.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure. That's nice.
It's
Great.
great being able to talk to you guys.
Oh, yeah. It's a complete team which comes across, Ayushi. Thanks very much. So, as how we all do, so members and visitors, as you all joined in, so kindly type in welcome all or welcome Mr. Sanjay, Uma, and Ayushi Rawat. So, with that, we go ahead with our discussion topic on unleashing human potential, and a unique topic. And I'm sure Sanjay Jha has a lot of immense experience and interaction is where it's going to be happening between Sanjay Jha and Uma Parameshwari. So, Uma Parameshwari, over to you. Go ahead and interacting with him more so that people over here completely are getting the vibes of how do we really unleash those human potentials. So yes, over to you, Uma Parameshwari and Sanjay for a quick discussion. Yes.
Thank you, Prakashji, for this honor. And it gives me immense pleasure in welcoming Sanjay sir for this program. And it is a great pleasure for me in having a panel discussion with you. So when I go through your LinkedIn profile, it says like molding metals to molding men. So it is something which is very interesting to know, like it is just 4 words, but it has immense meaning in it. So my first question is regarding that, like maybe know in your opinion, what does the term unleashing the human potential mean? So because you have huge experience in CHRO and in HR, so I think this will enlighten us through your thoughts.
Sure. See, my more experience is regarding human resource, or I would say the very source, because human being is the very source, so to speak. That said, each one of us, I would say, each one of us has humongous potential. Humongous potential. I would say that it is like coal being transformed into diamond, seed being transformed into oak tree. So I just say that, you can count the number of seeds in an apple, but you cannot count number of apples in a seed. That is the power of possibilities. That is the potential. And human being is unique in that sense. Human being has the potential to become God, I would say. And that is what our Upanishad, I mean, if I quote from Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, which was written 600 BCE, says Tattvamasi. You are that. That is the ultimate level. That is the pinnacle of leveraging human potential. Okay. And well, one can unleash one's own potential or team members' potential to the level one wishes to unleash. But it is a tricky job. It's tricky and it's a long-term thing, because human being is made up of their life stories, their beliefs, values, and all these things get converted into the thoughts and feelings in a particular moment, and those thoughts and feelings lead to actions, and we interact with the external world through our actions, through our behaviors. People perceive us, people create views about us through our behavior, through our actions. So human being has great chance, great possibility, given the good condition, given the proper nudges, okay, or self-realization. Like you put it, you have written, you have mentioned about Ramakrishna Paramhans, Swami Vivekananda, Gautam Buddha,
Yes.
all of them. So that is about human potential and unleashing human potential. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, it was a great insight, sir. You just said like number of seeds in an apple can be counted, but number of apples in a seed cannot be counted. That itself gives a insight about the hidden human potential actually. So taking forward to the next question, and it was really a great answer, because many people should actually unleash their hidden potential. That is the true wisdom actually. So getting forward, in continuation to our conversation, I would like to learn about like how do we unleash the human potential in the fellow citizens. Just as Swami Ramakrishna Parahamsa identified the potential of Narendranath Datta, like who was later turned into Swami Vivekananda. But earlier he was just a graduate who was searching for true conditions, like what is the truth of life. All those search was there in him. But Ramakrishna Paramahamsa like identified him as a disciple, and he groomed him to be a better person who was respected by the whole world. So in that scenario, I would like to know like how can we, because everyone is not like an great personality like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, like to our knowledge, like how can we identify the hidden potential in fellow citizens?
Okay. So let me tell you that, transformation of Narendranath Datta to Swami Vivekananda, that is a pinnacle of, I would say, unleashing human potential. Why pinnacle? Because I would correlate with that Tattvamasi statement of Chandogya Upanishad. See, let me tell you, at the edge of our existence, so to speak, okay, we are the spiritual being who is actually staying in this world and developing the worldview through our sense organs, so to speak. So this physical body is nothing but a means to perceive the things, okay? Whereas it is our consciousness, which is like the director, okay, which is seeing this movie, okay, projected through our sense organs. We are not our sense organs. So that is at ultimate level. That is not at a lesser mortal level like me. Okay, that is at the level of Swami Vivekananda. So as you said, Vivekananda, he was a complete rationalist. He was a very logical person. He would not accept anything just on the face of it. He would not get influenced by somebody because that person has, great fan followers. He is considered to be a great Baba. Okay. So he would not get influenced by that idea. He would keep challenging it. In fact, I was reading about, the transformation of Narendra Datta to Swami Vivekananda. You can imagine the resilience of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and the conviction that this person is basically a God, so to speak. He is the integral part of the same consciousness, same bigger consciousness. That strong conviction led him to chase like mad, I would say. Okay, other gurus, other mentors, other coaches would have just given up. He would chase him everywhere, to his residence, to various meetings, to his school. He would go and he would ask, "Where is my Narendra? I want to see him. I am feeling restless. I have not been able to see him." So that, your question is how to unleash. So it will be rather difficult for most of us to even visualize that level of love, that level of passion, that level of conviction. Uh, Many people, they start doubting the character of, and they rather cast aspersion on the character of Ramakrishna Paramans. I do not know whether you are aware. There was a disciple called Hajra. He made a very offensive remark because they become so envious. So how to, now the question is how to unleash the potential. At a bare minimum level, I would say that from leaders' standpoint, leaders should be really fully committed, curious, open, given space to people, subordinate, even parents. I would say parents should let his or her children to grow, to flourish the way caterpillar is held by the cocoons. We should not show any impatience to grow our children, our subordinates, our, like, people whom we love. Out of our love, we start making people dependent on us. We kind of, develop the parasitic mindset, which is contradictory. Okay. I mean, you ask any parents, they would say that, no, he's my child. Okay, I must kind of show that care, extra care and all that. But the truth is that develop that parasitic mindset in that child. So to answer your question, to be open, to be curious, to be, like, supportive, to accept that person the way one is, okay, and making time to time aware where one is stuck, okay, and helping one to kind of, be aware of the new realities of consciousness, his or her potential, making him aware that you are sitting on gold mines. You can create wonder, provided you come out like any caterpillar coming out from cocoon to become butterfly. Okay, you come out from your comfort zone and put yourself to the growth journey, so to speak. Sorry, it was a long answer.
So no, sir, it's not as long. It was giving so much of insight because you are giving so many examples like a caterpillar inside a cocoon. So it was just making us visualize like how the space would be, like it gives the time and the space for it to grow and flourish. So it doesn't mean that it took some time, but the insights are great and we are learning everything from you. And second thing is that third question is like, you have answered almost most of the question. Only one part I would like to answer, ask in the third question, like, does the effective coaching increase the efficiency of the human beings, fellow human beings, might be a team leader or a follower, whatever it is? What is the role of effective coaching?
Yeah.
Like, how do we increase human potential through effective coaching?
Yes, the answer is yes. Let me explain you. And this is in continuation with my previous response. So coaching is a process where you consider even your child as an adult, as a responsible person. Okay. In coaching process, coach is just curious, open, dancing in that moment, and helping the coachee or the client, whatever you call, to be self-aware, start doing the self-chatting, be aware where one is stuck, and then take action. So being aware itself opens the door, but is not the end of the journey. Okay. So coach, what does coach do? Coach at the end of the coaching process takes the commitment or helps that person concerned to commit the actions. Why commitment and accountability important? Because you're committing to your own self and you are also working towards not just solving a particular problem. Coaching is not a solving client's problem, which many coach attempt to do. Coaching is actually about helping coachee to know who he or she is, what are his or her values, and how one can be aware of that and move from one awareness level to another awareness level and keep creating new habits, new neural path in his or her mind, so to speak, and thereby keep growing in congruence with values, with joy, with happiness, not with a lot of money only. Okay, I'm not against money or designations. I'm all for it. But as we are saying today, worldwide, because people are living very incongruent life. Okay, and because of that, all kind of pandemics, war, all kind of stuffs are happening. We all are aware. The good sign is, I must tell you here, that it is not just spiritual gurus, but the experts, mathematics and physics expert, people like David Bohm, Greg Braden, who are all celebrated mathematicians, they have started talking about, the bigger purpose of life. David Bohm talks about coherence. Okay, and very eloquently, he kind of relates quantum physics with the idea of God, idea of consciousness. I do not know. Did I answer your question or I confused you further?
Yes, sir. It's not like confusion. You are giving a broad insight about this topic. I think we have lots of insights to take from you. And the question was all about like increasing human potential, and you have very well answered about it. So I have my next question, like human potential management is a continuous process of managing human capabilities and capacities. So how can we do that in real time? Do you have any specific strategy or tool which you would recommend the viewers?
My advice here would be, let us not attempt to do it on real time basis.
Okay.
It's a natural process. What we need to do as parent, as senior leader, we should try to create more and more awareness. But let me tell you one thing. This awareness process is tricky. It is like no amount of teaching you thermodynamics will make you aware about heat unless you have touches the fire. Unless you have touched the fire. I mean, once you touch the fire, you will understand heat. So similarly, the job of leader is first of all to touch that fire. First of all, understand what does coaching means. What does this unleashing potential means? It is easy for me to give lecture on this subject. Okay. But I'll be actually able to bring the real difference through my actions when I am walking the talk, when there is a congruence between what I think, what I do, and what I what I say. Okay, that will create the actual real-time change. If you want to bring change, be that change, as Mahatma Gandhi said. Okay, so my message to all the leaders would be that if you want to bring change in the life of your subordinates or parents, if you want to bring change in the life of your children, first of all, be that change. Okay, experience that change first of all. Then your communication will be more authentic. It may not be very flowery elocution, but it will be original, it will be authentic, and people would really listen to you, and they would be able to connect. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a great insight. Be the change which you want to see in this world. So that is a good
Yeah.
takeaway from you. So it is a common quote, like this instance is the need of the hour for everyone, because everyone needs change. So in that aspect, I think it is a valuable advice for everyone who's in this hall. So let's get into the next one. This magic of knowing is a new way of leading. So how can this be seen and uncovered by leaders and lead? This human magic of knowing is a new way of leading. How can this be seen and uncovered by leaders and lead? Because this is a new kind of thing, like unleashing human potential, and how can leaders can identify potential and lead. So this is like, what is your insights on these lines?
Yeah. So let me tell you, I had written one article on talent management where I had said that there's a high time, there is a huge debate going on whether we should retain the what do you call, bell curve concept or not. Okay. My argument is that we should rather, instead of focusing on shifting the average performance, we should actually focus on shifting the iceberg of the behavior, so to speak. So what I mean to say, that leader's job is actually, the first job is to behave like a coach. We are living in a time where people are well equipped with all kind of information and knowledge. Okay, they do not need your teachings, your sermons, your training. What they need is channelizing their energy. They are living in a very VUCA type of VUCA word, actual VUCA word, white type VUCA word, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous word. A lot of upheaval going on. Suddenly you decide to do the organization restructuring, and many skills become irrelevant. People who are hero today, yesterday, become suddenly zero. Okay. So it is very important for leaders to learn, first of all, how to coach in true sense, how to be compassionate, how to treat people the way one would like to be treated. Because please understand, everybody is someone's father, mother, sister, brother. Okay. When you are treating that person in a very truncated way as particular employee number, you will get only that much of that person, that personality. Okay. So leader needs to be more and more aware of this thing. Leader needs to be more and more appreciative of this thing. Leader needs to be more patient. We are living in a world where patience has become very, very rare commodity, I would say, which is very unfortunate. Okay. So these are some of the things I would like. It is easier said than done. We need to practice these new behaviors. Okay. More we will practice, we will create more and more neural path. So I would say that leaders need to develop those, inculcate those behaviors more than their subordinates. Parents need to develop that more than their children. Okay. So these are some of the things I would say. Yeah,
my fellow leaders have so much of takeaway today. Like leaders has to be the change. Actually, the change they wanted to see in this world, they have to be the change, and they have got so much of takeaways from today's session. And last but not the least, I have one question. From this session, I understood that there is no limitation for human potential. It is so vast, and so it is just spread across the universe. So is there any limitation according to you for human potential? Is there any limitation for human potential? Because I have learned from your thoughts just now that there is no limitation. But being an expert, yeah, I just want to get your insights on this area. Like, is there any limitation for human potential?
There is no limitation at all. But the problem is when I relate with my metallurgical engineering activity, where I used to remove the gang material, the dirt from the ores, okay, after taking out from mines, okay. So that was a time, okay, we were used to removing the gang material from the material, okay, the useful material. Today, my job is to remove that gang material from the mind of people, okay, and telling them, making them aware that you're the great possibility. This is the message I give to my team members and my employees, company employees, my children, that each one of you is great possibility and have come for much bigger purpose. Be aware of that. Don't chase just particular designation, money, or company. Chase your bliss, as they say. Okay, what gives you great pleasure? What is in congruence with your own values, which will help you self-actualize yourself, in the words of Abraham Maslow's. Okay, workplace. I tell my my sort of subordinates and of course the colleagues that work should be treated as opportunity to self-actualize oneself, not just for getting salary at the end of the month. Nothing more than your work can help you grow, unleash your potential. Start from there. Start from asking yourself who you are, and
Yeah.
are your behaviors, thoughts, feelings in congruence with who you are or not. If
Yeah.
not, then move.
It's a great session, sir. We learned a lot from you. And I think the leaders who are attending this program, each one of them will search for their bigger purpose of life. And I think this will be an eye-opener for everyone to learn a lot in their life and so be that bigger purpose. So thank you so much for being our guest of honor today. And I am pleased to have you as my panel discussion member today. Thank you so much. Over to you, Prakash, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much, Uma. That's an awesome, quick, very questions, thoughtful questions which you've asked, and very insightful sharing which you have done, Mr. Sanjay. It's really, really great. A lot of very practical understanding examples which you've been sharing. This really helps us to do so.
Thanks a lot.
Great. So let's also look forward for more. So, Mr. Sanjay, there are only 2 points now. In fact, we generally also take a small quiz. We also introduce our author of the week. Every week, we also invite an author, and we also conduct a small quiz. So just another couple of minutes, we'll also do these 2, and then we'll have an open questions for people amongst this. We'll also have any open questions. So just be back. Maybe you can be, because the quiz is going to be on what you have spoken so far. So with all our members and visitors over here.
I'll be there.
Yes. So great. So visitors and members, now is the quiz time. So before even we go to the quiz, I would like to also introduce our author of the week. So every week we also have an author, and we also are inviting the authors, because this is a platform where it's more of a learning and networking. So where we all learn from different leaders over here. And Ms. Ayushi Rawat is our author of the week. So welcome, Ms. Ayushi. It's really been great that you have been here with us today.
Thank you, Prakash sir. I'm extremely humbled to be here. And those were such true words of wisdom by Sanjay sir that we've all got, and we're really grateful for them. Now to introduce myself, I want you to imagine a girl who's exceptionally ambitious about growing and who always wants to grow each moment in every walk of life, whether it be dealing with social situations or in career. That was the kind of girl I was 7 years back, and that was the start of my journey. I have actually evolved the concept of intelligent living. Just like the Sanjay sir said, that values are, the elements that track us back that give us direction to our lives. Values are the basis of my topic, that is intelligent living. And I have tried to make it as comprehensive as possible. And I have included 3 philosophies here of values-based living. I have tried to enable people determine their own values so that they can get a direction in their lives, and then the skills that need to be built to walk on that path of values. And this also involves thirdly, holistically harnessing of our capabilities, right? We cannot be very, at the peak of our career if we are emotionally unstable. So it not only involves mental skills, but it also involves emotional skills. It also involves spiritual skills. So, my observations have been throughout the last decade or half a decade that the professionalism collectively is deteriorating. Right, our concentration spans are deteriorating. In a world-class magazine, there appeared an article which was titled as that human beings have now narrower concentration spans than goldfish, and that was so shocking to me. This is so distressing to know, right? This is kind of declining our ability to get into the deeper state of our work, to get into the state of flow, which is a must to be creative.
True.
So these are the values that I have mentioned in my book. It is titled as 15 Values for Intelligent Living, and this is how it looks. I hope all of you will read it. To summarize my book, I have kind of divided my book into 3 parts. So first targets mental skills or the cognitive values. Another targets emotional skills or the affective values. And the last segment is targeted in the terms of spiritual skills. So mental skills kind of enable us to make, just like Sanjay sir said, we need to make new neural pathways in order to come up with new creative ideas, with wild ideas that give us direction towards the solutions that have not been explored till now. So the new neural pathways, the ability to analyze certain concepts, to synthesize what we have already deconstructed in our minds, and to be intellectually more humble in order to keep learning till the end of our lives. And this also involves our abilities to be kind of minimalistic in our thinking in terms of filtering the unnecessary information out and only intaking what is required in our lives. And I have mentioned several scientific tools and techniques to get more creative, to be more analytical, like the 5 why techniques, in which you subsequently question yourself why this is happening. And then there is association technique, which we also have been using since our childhood to be creative. There are techniques like mind mapping that help us to be more creative in our ideas. The emotional or the affective values part get us more knowledge on how to regulate ourselves emotionally, how not to suppress the emotions, but how to identify emotions, accept them, and how to attune ourselves to our emotional states in order to be more energetically efficient. I have also mentioned in my book the value ladder, in which you are able to determine those 4 or 5 most important values that you decide for yourself, that these are the priorities in my life that I'll give value to. Mind you, these are not only moral values. When I say values, these can be artfulness, creativity. So these can be cognitive. This can be awareness, the value of awareness, the value of mindfulness, the value of character shaping, strengthening your own character. And the spiritual part again pertains to how you can make yourself more conscious in your life and how you can make more efficient decisions without being tempted to external desires. And I would like to end this answer by quoting a few lines from my book, which also pertains to finding the purpose of our life. And the lines go like, can my desires and intentions ever be the purpose of my life? Asked my soul to my brain. Brain contemplated and learned. Desires are the shackles, and service to other souls is the food for the soul. What makes us bright-eyed? What makes us questing? What is meaningful and everlasting? How shall I find my answers? Perhaps isolation shall lead me to the position.
Oh, wonderful. So
I'd
finally,
like
it's
to
more
end up.
about yeah, good, wonderful.
I'd like to end up this introduction of mine and my book, and I bring to your service the concept of intelligent living. I hope all of you liked it and you will go and read my book back.
Excellent. Awesome, Ayushi. Wonderful. So that's when the book titled as 15, right? 15 values of intelligent
Values
living.
for intelligent.
So
Yes.
in
yes.
nutshell, just made it a three values. Just in nutshell, you spoke, which was awesome, wonderful. But yes, the last one, and isolation will give us those kind of a clarity and thought process. And I would connect that, in fact, to this. In fact, the more we are at one place at that moment, we'll be able to understand our own selves in becoming more self-aware. Great. Awesome, Ayushi. Wonderfully shared. Thanks very much. And now is a quiz. It's a quiz time. So I believe I understand, Ayushi. For the quiz winner is what you're going to give one book as complimentary, correct?
Sure. I would be grateful.
Good. So let's see who is that quiz winner is going to be, who's going to get this particular book, the 15 values of intelligent thinking, correct? So the quiz is going to be conducted then. Living, 15 values of intelligent living. So let me request Mr. Quiz winner, quiz to conduct the quiz is Mr. Nellai. Yes, Mr. Nellai Nayagam to conduct the small quiz. And he'll be asking the questions to all the members and visitors over here. So stay attentive to the quiz from Mr. Nellai. Nellai, over to you for quick quiz.
Good evening, one and all. Thanks to Bija Training for this opportunity as a quiz leader. And dear Mr. Sanjay sir, really wonderful insight about the unleashing the human potential. I really impressed your point that be the change and communicate the change. Yeah. Yes. And let's see who is the lucky winner of this this week quiz. And so fastest fingers first. Let's see who writes the correct answer in the chat box. The question is, and what are the recommended any 2 key activities of an effective coaching?
Okay, repeat the question again, Elaine. What are the 2?
Yeah, what are the recommended any 2 key activities for an effective coaching?
Okay, good. So that was shared by Mr. Sanjay Jha. So quickly, yes. Which are 2 activities, correct? For recommended yes. coaching. Okay, caring, giving space for growth. Parameshwari writes, committed and be open and be curious. Okay, we have that. Answers are coming up. Good. Others, 2 answers have come up. Others? So, Mele, any answer which you have in your mind that was there? No. Being aware is what Vasanthi says. Okay. Yes, Nele. So maybe we need to yes, others sir. Quickly. Self-aware is what Prabhakaran says. Yes. Good. Answers are coming out. So yes, Nele. So we can identify, or still you want to wait?
No. I'll just a minute, sir. Creating.
That's okay. I believe.
I hope.
Vasanthi says also accountability is important. Wonderful. Good. So a leader as a coach, in fact, what Mr. Sanjay Jha was also sharing is a leader actually needs to be like a coach first. And that's when we need to really open up, and then we should be really demonstrating. That's all what is told. And Ugraj says commitment. Yes, wonderful Ugraj's commitment, the high level of commitment a person should be able to demonstrate. Accountability also was spoken about him. So Nellai, your role to quickly identify who is the quiz winner so that we can...
Yes, sir. And actually, the coaching is to help the creating awareness and creating a new habit and growing confidence with the values and joy.
Correct.
And that's
self-aware. Then probably, we have a person called self-aware.
I hope that is almost matching with Miss Uma Parameshwari.
Okay. So you like to give this book to Ms. Uma Parameshwari. That's what you feel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Nillai, great. So Uma Parameshwari becomes a winner for today's quiz. Congratulations, Uma Parameshwari, for receiving this book, The 15 Values of Intelligent Living by Ms. Ayushi Rawat. Awesome, awesome. Let's congratulate Uma Parameshwari for the book. Great, great. Congratulations, Uma. So good. So that means there's an advantage of a panel discussion leader. No? That means he's
Thank you so
completely
much.
listening.
Yeah, it's like I have taken loads of information and one part like I have given the answer. Actually, there is
Yeah.
lots of questions that can be asked. Since the
Good.
chances for only one question, I think Nellai sir has just asked one question. Actually,
True.
there is so much of takeaway from the session. I thoroughly enjoyed the session. Thank you so much
Great.
for this opportunity, and
Thanks,
I
Uma.
thank
Been really
Visa
awesome.
Training for this too.
Yes. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Nellai, for conducting a quick quiz and making a note of how it has been spoken and what all taken. Great, Nellai. Thank you very much for the quiz. Nellai, kindly introduce yourself, Nellai.
Yeah, I'm Nellai Agam. I'm working in this senior manager quality in Vertical Friction System, India Limited.
Great. Thank you, Nellai.
Thank you.
That's good. So visitors and members and all the guests who are there today, now is the time for asking open questions. Now, open questions can be asked on specific to this particular topic, unleashing human potential. And based on this, you can ask questions to our guest of honor, Mr. Sanjay Jha, so where he'll be able to happy to answer to your questions. There are two ways of asking direct questions. One, either you raise your hands and we give you an opportunity to ask a question directly to Mr. Sanjay, or if you wish to write your questions on the chat box and we take those questions on your behalf and we ask it to the guest of honor. And for the members, you also have any questions to our author of the week, Ms. Ayushi, also feel free. You can ask questions respective to the book, what she has written. So congratulations, Uma, for getting the book of Ms. Ayushi. So Ayushi will be sharing it and Arul will coordinate how the book will be received by you. Right? Great.
Thank you so much.
So members and visitors, now is the time for open questions. Feel free to ask open questions to our guest of honor, Mr. Sanjay. So, Mr. Sanjay, in the meantime, I have a question, Mr. Sanjay. So that's really been great. And maybe one raising hand has come up from Sendil. Okay, Sendil, maybe after my question, Sendil, is that okay? Okay, maybe most of them, Sendil and my questions becomes very similar. So let us give an opportunity to Sendil. Go ahead, Sendil. You can ask the question first. Yes, kindly, go ahead. Sendil, I believe you're muted. Kindly unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prakash, and thank you very much, Sanjay sir. It was really awesome. And this is really a very huge topic.
Yes.
Understanding the self-awareness, as you said, it's a pinnacle of human existence. So my simple question is, when cocoons are very successful in understanding its potential to turn into a successful caterpillar, how would a human try to unleash his potential to reach his purpose in his purpose of existence in the planet? Like if you see Abdul Kalam, he wanted to become a pilot, but at the end he became a president. Whereas if you talk about A.R. Rahman, his potential is to become a music director or whatever, and he is focusing and he's aligning to that, congruent of his values, aligning to its music. Whereas if you say Madhavan, his unleashed potential is getting scattered in different direction. So I see that when cocoons are more successful, why is human being struggling to get that unleash?
So let me tell you that caterpillar has, the opportunity only to get converted into or transformed into butterfly.
Yeah, it's a metamorphosis.
Whereas human being can become God. Okay. And let me tell you, when I talked about unleashing human potential or human journey to become, to acknowledge this thing and be aware that I am that. Okay. So it's not about becoming pilot or singer or president of India. it is becoming, it is about, being aware, where are you stuck in the journey?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are the values you cherish the most, and living a life in congruence with those values. Let me tell you, Dr. Abdul Kalam Azad and Idi Amin, okay, both of them were at the helm of the things, okay, at the top of things. But Dr. Abdul Kalam, he lived a very, I would say, very congruent life, very peaceful life. He was always in coherence with his values. Whereas people like Idi Amin and many other today's leaders, they are not living the life of human being. Even that achieving that level of country head is not giving them satisfaction, joy. They are in the core of their heart. They're always burning. Okay, like a dog, I would say. I'm sorry to say this thing. Okay. That is not the evolution. That is not the kind of unleashing potential we are talking about. Okay. We are here talking about unleashing potential to make the world a better place, to realize the actual human potential to become that ultimate God, so to speak. Okay. Who is compassionate, who is all caring, and who is omnipresent, so to speak. So I'm talking about that.
Awesome. Wonderfully shared. In fact, it's more about identifying the inner self. Why am I born? What is the purpose I am born for, and identifying the purpose itself. Awesome. Excellently shared. And then being with the values. And definitely every person has some values, and be with them. There are many people who are doing the jobs at a higher level, but that is against their value system.
Missing the values.
Still, they are this.
Lord Krishna's greatness does not lie in holding that Sudarshan Chakra and killing Shishupal in Mahabharata. But his actual leadership quality lies in forgiving Shishupal 99 times. If you know the Mahabharata story, 99 times Shishupal tried to insult him, but he very patiently, he kind of tolerated. But when it reached to the level where he felt that no, Shishupal is probably undermining me, and it is creating, it is kind of demeaning not only me, the society at large. Then he showed what he is, what he was, and who he was. That is actually leadership.
Yes. Rightly said. Wonderful. Excellently shared, Sanjay. Sanjay, one last question I believe Dr. Vasanthi is having. Can we take that, or I understand time is already done, it's almost close to 7:30.
No, please go ahead.
So one last question that we take. Vasanthi asks on the chat box. Vasanthi, you would like to ask it directly, Dr. Vasanthi? Go ahead. Okay, maybe I believe. Okay, she asked, how do we know the purpose of life, or why I live? Okay,
I take the lead from you, Prakash.
Okay.
And you had put that question, but I want to know what's the answer for it? How do I know the purpose of life and why I'm on earth, I'm living?
It's a great question.
So let me tell you.
It is a very philosophical, theological, whatever you can say, but answer in a short form.
Yeah. So the answer could be many. It all depends upon who you want to become. So I would say, let me tell you, most of the time we live in a very noisy, high velocity world. Okay, we are not with us. We hardly give time to our own self, the true self, who we are. We know least about one person in the world, that is our own self. Okay, so I would advise that for the discovery of that purpose in our life, we should kind of go in silence mode. Okay, be with our own self. Ask our own self, what is the purpose? Why did I come on this earth? You will start getting answer. Nobody, no training program, no book can give you this answer. You ask yourself, and the process of getting into silence mode and asking yourself, who am I, help you to dissociate with this noisy world and reaching you to the core where actual yourself reside. Okay, and you will start getting the answer, who you are. So the answer is but same. Ko aham brahmasmi. I am that Almighty God. And then you
Can
start.
you allow me? Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
Yes,
Can
Ayushi,
you
you
allow
can.
me to share a few words on it?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ayushi. Go ahead.
Yeah. There are 2-3 school of thoughts when it comes to discovering your purpose of life. Some kings in the history have claimed that they have been sent by God to prove that purpose of life or to execute that purpose of life. So that was one thing. But, given our situations, to be practical enough, I have myself applied 2-3 techniques. How can we devise our own purpose? We cannot claim to get connected to the God. Maybe a few of us can do, and they can go with whatever their belief system is. But practically, what we can do is we can find a state of flow, like Sanjay sir said, that we, where we find completely detached from the world and we find ourselves entirely into that one work. That is something we can work upon till the end of our lives, and that will not give us unrest. Jobs sometimes can make us at unrest, that we do not want to do this for the rest of our lives. But that 1% where you get lost, when you get, when you do not keep track of time, minutes pass by, hours pass by, and you're not completely tracking time, you are completely lost in that work. That can be one purpose of life. Secondly, if you're not able to discover that work also, you can capitalize on your strengths. There are strength finder tests also that are available on internet, and you will be able to find strengths in terms of the qualities. For example, creativity is one quality. Again, just like I said, analytical ability is one quality. Nourishing is one quality, serving is one quality. You can come up with your own career options. You can come up with your own purpose of life based on those qualities. If you feel that you have developed on those qualities and those can be your strengths, you can make that one task the purpose of your life. That was the practical approach to, I think, we people are searching for.
Just I would like to kind of add one thing, and then
Please.
There was a gentleman in Hitler's time named Viktor Frankl in Austria, and he has written a book, Man's Search for Meaning. Our mind is meaning-making machine. Okay, so I would not going to kind of spend any time on that. That itself will take 1 hour otherwise. So just I would recommend you people, please read that book, and then you will realize you yourself will come to know that your purpose should be larger than your day-to-day activity, larger than life. Okay, that is a simple definition.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Awesome,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sanjay and Ayushi. Thank you so much for the answers.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks very much, Vasanthi, for asking that question as well. It helps a lot. And thanks, Ayushi. So we come now to an end of the episode. Yeah, thanks very much. So we come to an end of the episode now. And we have a quick summary of what maybe summary is all been done. So we will quickly go ahead in terms of introducing the next week's leader, and we have to thank all. So that's when it's already time is also done. So otherwise, I'll just give an opportunity to Mr. Senthil. Senthil, can you just make a short summary? It will be helping because we're already ahead of the time. What all we had taken the points, let it make it short, so that it helps, and then we introduce the next week leader, and we come to an end of our episode LC101. So yes, Senthil, quickly a short summary about what we have learned. Quick pointers, please.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Let me introduce myself. This is Senthil, working in Daimler India Commercial Vehicle and Learning and Development section. been in this field for almost 14 years. So I would like to take this opportunity as time keeps pressing to give a short message, as Mr. Prakash was mentioning, about today's takeaway. Point number one is every human being is unique and homogeneous potential, has got homogeneous potential. The metaphoring this with the apple story, how the seed in the apple can be counted the same way. The number of apple in the seed can't be counted because it is the power of the seed to make and multiply multiple number of apple trees. So that is how the human being need to bring that existence power. That is the main takeaway from today's session. And second is we spoke many things about the transformation of an Narendra Datta to unleashing his potential through resilience. And third is the metamorphosis stage, that how a caterpillar becomes successful from a cocoon to butterfly. And last but not least is the how we increase the neuro pathway of back of the brain of hippocampus by doing this self-awareness with more congruence to our values, core values, by going through a congruence with our core values, like think, say, and do. All three be in alignment, have a self-alignment. This is the main takeaway of today's session.
Excellent, excellent. Wonderful, Sendil, excellently captured. Thanks very much. And I really like the congruent things of do, say, and think. This all should be congruent. That itself leads us to bringing more awareness within us.
Value,
to do that. Excellent. Thanks very much, Sendil, for sharing it. And now let's come to the end of our episode and thanking all the people. So I request Ms. Dr. Vasanthi Jason to quickly summarize, thank all our leaders today who have joined us, also share the purpose of community and introduce the next week leader. So before we do so, yes, Vasanthi, go ahead in terms of sharing the word of thanks.
Yes, Prakash. Thank you, first of all, Mr. Ayushi and Mr. Sanjay. Yes, Sanjay, for this wonderful talk. And before me sharing about the next week leader, let me also share again the purpose of the community. And if you find our episode very interesting, you can also invite people to join the community. And for the visitors who are attending first time, Leaders Connect 360 is a hybrid model leadership community where every week on a Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., we invite a top management leader from a reputed corporate company to share the solutions for our real-time leadership challenges, either on leading self, leading others, or leading your business. As we've seen today, the talk of Mr. Sanjay and Ayushi was very interesting, also very thought-provoking. I think we will enjoy the forthcoming sessions also. So now I'm happy to share about our next week leader guest, Mr. Rohan, Chief People Officer, HLE Glasscoat Limited, and you can join us with him on 15th February 2023, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. Zoom Live. And you can also kindly join our social media platforms to receive weekly episode registration and the links and the updates on the forthcoming sessions also. And members who wish to be the panel discussion leaders can give your names in the WhatsApp group or kindly interact with Mr. Arul also. And once again, I would like to thank Mr. Sanjay for spending your valuable time, your very insightful thoughts on philosophy, on theology and management, ethics. We touched topics today. And thank you so much, sir.
Great. Thank you very much.
For all the members, for all the visitors and members, kindly stay till the end of the episode as we give an opportunity to introduce yourself, which will help us to know you better. And thank you once again, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay. It's been really great. And we'll stay connected, sir, on LinkedIn, and we'll be definitely helping you.
You are motivating me to now pursue my PhD. You said, doctor, I'm not yet. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, certain words come to the purpose, sir. We don't know.
We don't know. Okay. Great.
Thank
you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much for your time, sir. And we have a final thank you video for all. And then all our members kindly stay back. That will help us to know each other much better and help each other to introduce ourselves. So thank you video, Arul, from your side to all.
I can drop down?
Yes, sir. We can. Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Sanjay, sir. Thank you. Yes, Arul, go ahead. great. Thank you all. That's been really great and wonderful. Thanks very much, Vasanti, Uma Parameshwari, Yugender, Nellai for taking up the roles for today. That's been really great and it's really nice to interact with you all. Good. And thanks very much, Ayushi, for coming in today. And it's been really great. Nice knowing about you more today.